Hello everyone, I'm OCDsaster, and this is OCDsaster Blue, my Sonic exclusive channel where everything we do here is Sonic related. So if that sounds like something your speed, consider subscribing and checking out some other videos after this one. It really helps me out. In today's video, I am continuing my series where I complain about Sonic Racing CrossWorlds Festival Mode. Now, credit where credit is due, I think they have improved the festival modes since they've debuted in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. However, I still think there are a few things that they need to improve on to make this overall a better experience for the players, both competitive and casual. Because as most of you know, there's folks that play Sonic Racing CrossWorlds for the thrill of getting a higher rank and beating everyone, and then there's those that play more casually and for fun online, like myself. Now, prior to, the recent updates with the festival, I had a complaint that the rewards were not that great, and the investment in time that you put into the festivals didn't necessarily match the rewards. A few decals, maybe like 30 Dampa tickets. You really had to grind in order to get anything done. I also didn't like the fact that you couldn't do the world ranking online matches while festivals were going on, and unfortunately that is still the case here. You are stuck with doing the festival modes until they are done, and then you can go back to the world ranked matches, which kind of leads into my complaint about festivals right now in the current state. However, I'm going to go back and give them their flowers for increasing a lot of the value of the rewards when doing the CrossWorld festivals, because you get a lot more Dampa tickets now. You get bonus points and double XP if you come in first and have win streaks, and there's a lot more goodies that you can unlock by playing through the festival. And even if you don't win a lot of matches, you can still grind and get what you need. And so all of these things are positives. I give them a thumbs up for this and switching that up and changing it a little bit, because it was very lackluster at the beginning, but now it seems a little bit more valuable to go into the festival mode. However, going back to my point before, because they kick you out of the world ranking for online, I think they make the festival times a lot shorter, so that way players don't complain that they can't do their world rankings. And this kind of has a double-sided effect, because I actually think the festivals are too short. Being an adult and having a full-time job, I tend to have to, balance my work schedule, my free time, and what games I play very selectively. And a lot of these festivals come out on like a Thursday during the week and then only go until the end of the weekend, and I just don't think that's enough time. Now, obviously, this is more of a personal me problem. I'm an adult, I have responsibilities, I am choosing to play some other games first before getting into Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, but it's just there's not enough there in the festival to entice me or reward me to pick that game first when I boot up my PlayStation, which is what I play it on. So I have a few questions for you guys. One, do you find yourself in the same situation? Are you an adult or someone that's working, has school, and having a hard time getting these festivals done, clearing out the entire shebang, because you have to grind so much on the 1 or 2 days that you have available to play it? Do you think these are too short? But then do you also think it's annoying that you can't just do world rankings while festival mode is going on? I understand why they do that, because if they have world ranking on, then not a lot of people will jump into festival, and then it's just kind of like, in no man's land. It's going to be like 5 people racing, and it's not going to be great from a matchmaking perspective. But I feel like that's kind of telling of these festivals. I understand they want to do something new every time they release a DLC character, whether it be a free Sega or Sonic DLC character or a third-party CrossWorld DLC character, but I just think there's a lot to be desired here. And it's frustrating because there are rewards in there that I like to get and receive. There's decals I would like, some customizable stuff for my vehicle, but I just genuinely do not have enough time to sit down for 5 hours and play festival mode. There was a game that came out a while ago called Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, which was a remake of Crash Team Racing and Crash Nitro Fuel Racing, and it was a really fun game when it first came out. And they did a bunch of Grand Prix, these weekly events in which you could go in and unlock a bunch of stuff for the game, including characters and really cool customizable stuff for the game. And it was wonderful, but it also had the same problem in which if you missed out on that Grand Prix, it would go away and you have to wait for it to come into the shop in order to get any of it. And this is kind of the same thing. Now, with Crash Team Racing, it was actually a microtransaction store. It wasn't like a just in-game currency like Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, which you can do, but it was quite frustrating that if you were busy during one week because it was the holidays or important priorities, you would never be able to do that Grand Prix again, because with Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, that game actually just died after a year. They didn't keep putting effort into it, development stopped. You got discounts in the store, but they never redid any of the Grand Prix. I always thought, oh, well, they'll do a Grand Prix again next year and I can unlock, the Christmas holiday stuff. Nope, didn't happen. And we're getting a bunch of content. We're still getting free characters and the third-party DLC characters, which, by the way, I really hope we get some announcements and trailers soon, because what the heck, it's been a minute. For the third-party DLC characters, I know we literally just got Whisper and Tangle, but you know what I mean, for that third-party purchased DLC. I'm just very curious to see what they're going to be doing in the future, and if they will redo these festivals once in a while, because I know I just complained about the festivals, but I did want to unlock some of those items, and I don't know if we'll ever get a chance to do so again. So then it's also that FOMO. I'm very conflicted. I'm very there's a lot of pros and cons to the festival mode for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, and I'm really curious to what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you like the festival mode? Do you not like it? What do you think could be improved? What do you think works well? And do you see this keeping the game alive, or do they need to switch up the formula? Do you find yourself having enough time to grind out the festival, battle pass, whatever you want to call it? Very interested to hear all your thoughts and opinions down below. But with that being said, I'm OCDsaster, and I hope you have a super Sonic rest of your day. See ya!